Okay, students, last day we did zero of a polynomial. Today we'll start division algorithm in polynomials. Let us read the statement. Let px and gx be two given polynomials such that degree of px is greater than equal to degree of gx. On dividing px by gx, let qx be the quotient and rx be the remainder. Then in general, we have dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. That is, px, the dividend equal to gx into qx, that is divisor into quotient, plus rx, that is remainder, where rx equal to either 0 or degree of rx is less than degree of gx. Example 1. Verify division algorithm for the polynomials px equal to 3x to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 and gx equal to x minus 2. Look, when you have to verify division algorithm, the degree of px must be greater than equal to degree of gx. Here degree of px is 4 because the highest power of the variable x is 4 in px, and the degree of gx is 1 because the highest power of the variable x in gx is 1. So obviously degree of px is greater than degree of gx. Now the second part of the question, find p2. What do you observe? To follow or to verify the division algorithm, let us divide the px, that is this one, by the gx, that is x minus 2. What is the rule? You have to look the first number of the px, that is 3x to the power 4, and the first number of gx, that is x. Divide 3x to the power 4 by x. You will get 3x cube. So that will be the first term of your quotient. Now multiply this 3x cube with the whole x minus 2 and write it here. 3x cube into x, it will give you 3x to the power 4 minus 2 into 3x cube minus 6x cube. Cancel out. It will become 2x cube plus, look, we had the x square term absent, that's why we have taken 0 into x square. Now minus 3x and minus 1. Again for the next part, the first term is 2x cube and the first term of gx is x. So divide this 2x cube by the first term, you will get 2x square, that is the second term of the quotient. Now multiply this second term with the whole gx and you will get 2x cube minus 4x square. Simplify, you will get 4x square minus 3x minus 1. Now again same method, 4x square, here it is x, so it will be 4x. Calculate, you will get 5x minus 1. In the next step, 5x divided by x, that is 5. So write 5 here. 5 into 5x, 5 into x, that is 5x. 5 into minus 2, that is minus 10. So the remainder is 9. Now look, for the verification of the division algorithm, we see that the quotient is 3x cube plus 2x square plus 4x plus 5 and the remainder is 9. Check it. Remainder is 9. Remainder is 9 and the quotient is 3x cube plus 2x square plus 4x plus 5. Now multiply gx and qx and then add rx. It will be x minus 2 into 3x cube plus 2x square plus 4x plus 5 plus 9. It will give you the whole px. So division algorithm is verified, that is px equal to gx into qx plus rx, and degree of gx is 0 since it is a constant term. Therefore the degree of rx is 0, that is less than 1, which was the degree of gx, because gx was x minus 2, its degree was 1. Therefore division algorithm is verified. Now next, remainder theorem. If px be a polynomial of degree 1 or more than 1 and alpha be any real number, then if px is divided by x minus alpha, then the remainder is p alpha. It will be cleared with the help of examples. Okay. Find the remainder when the polynomial px equal to x to the power 4 plus 2x cube minus 3x square plus x minus 1 is divided by gx equal to x minus 2. We have to find out the remainder when px is divided by gx. What we have to do? First of all, we have to take gx equal to 0, and from that equation we have to find out the value of x, that is x equal to 2 for this case. Now by remainder theorem, we have to find out p2. Since x equal to 2 from gx equal to 0, we have to find out p2 from the equation of px. Therefore, by remainder theorem, we know that when px is divided by x minus 2, that is a linear polynomial, then the remainder is p of 2. Now p of 2 is 2 to the power 4 plus 2 into 2 cube minus 3 into 2 square plus 2 minus 1, that is calculate, you will get 21. So this is the remainder. You can check it by using the division method. Just divide this polynomial by this polynomial, just in this example, just like this example, you can divide px by gx and you will get your answer. Next one. All the remaining sums of exercise 2c are very easy. You can do the sums using help of the sums which are done in the examples. We are doing question number 13. The polynomials 2x cube plus x square minus ax plus 2 and 2x cube minus 3x square minus 3x plus a, when divided by x minus 1, leave the same remainder. Then you have to find out the value of a. Look, here a is unknown other than x. What is given? Fx equal to this one and gx equal to this one. When fx is divided by x minus 2, we know that using remainder theorem, remainder equal to remainder equal to f of 2. Again, when gx is divided by x minus 2, remainder will be g of 2. You can write using remainder theorem. Write a note like here, using remainder theorem. Now f of 2 equal to, put x equal to 2 in fx, so it is 22 minus 2a. Now g of 2 is 2 into 2 square minus 3 into 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus a, that is a minus 2. Just put the value of ax equal to 2 in gx and calculate. It is a minus 2. What was given? The remainder are same. Therefore, f2 equal to g2. Therefore, 22 minus 2a equal to a minus 2. That implies 3 equal to 24, a equal to 8. Therefore, a equal to 8 is your answer. Next, question number 15. If px equal to x cube minus 5x square plus 4x minus 3 and gx equal to x minus 2, so that px is not a multiple of gx. The language is different, but the fact is, here you have to check whether px is divided by gx, that is, if there is no remainder, then px will be a multiple of gx. Now, px will be a multiple of gx is p of 2 equal to 0 using remainder theorem. That is, if there is no remainder, that means px will be a multiple of gx. Now calculate p2. Just put x equal to 2 in px. So it is minus 7, not equal to 0. Therefore, px is not a multiple of gx. Next, factor theorem. Let px be a polynomial of degree 1 or more, and let alpha be any real number. Then, if p alpha equal to 0, then x minus alpha is a factor of px. And number 2, if x minus alpha is a factor of px, then p alpha equal to 0. Just go through this book, it will be cleared with the help of an example. Example 3. Use factor theorem so that this one is exactly divisible by this x plus 3. Look, if the remainder is 0, then the px will be divisible by gx. So we are just actually applying the remainder theorem, and we are finding out the remainder is 0. Then gx will be a factor of px, nothing else. Okay, so px is this one, gx is this one. Gx equal to 0 implies x equal to minus 3 by factor theorem. Since here you have to use factor theorem, we will write by factor theorem. Therefore, by factor theorem, px will be exactly divisible by x plus 3 if p of minus 3 equal to 0. Just put it and calculate. You will get 0. Therefore, since p of minus 3 is 0, it follows that px is exactly divisible by x plus 3. That is, this px is exactly divisible by this x plus 3. Done. Next, if x minus alpha is a factor of x cube minus x square plus 2x plus a minus 1, find the value of a. What is given? This one is the factor of this one. That means this is gx, this is px. Now taking gx equal to 0, gx equal to 0, we'll get x equal to 1. Since gx is the factor of px, then putting x equal to a, we will must have this one to be 0. By factor theorem, x minus a will be a factor of px is if p of alpha or p of a equal to 0. Now P of A, calculate. This one is equals to 0. This is an equation. A cube gets cancelled. So 3A minus 1 equal to 0. A equal to 1 by 3. Very simple example. Now this type of question is very important. Example number 6. This type of question is also in your exercise. Without actual division, prove that this polynomial is exactly divided by x square plus x minus 6. Look, x square plus x minus 6, this is a quadratic polynomial, not a linear polynomial. But we know that a quadratic polynomial is the product of two linear polynomials. So what we have to do? First of all, we have to take this polynomial to be px and this polynomial to be gx. That's why you have considered it. Now we can easily factorize this one. So gx equal to x square plus x minus 6. If we factorize, we'll get x plus 3 into x minus 2. Look, these two are linear polynomials. Okay. Now this px will be exactly divisible by gx if this px is divisible by this x plus 3 as well as this x minus 2. So clearly p of x will be exactly divisible by gx only when it is exactly divisible by x plus 3 as well as x minus 2. Now x plus 3 equal to 0 implies x equal to minus 3 and x minus 2 equal to 0 implies x equal to 2 by factor theorem. By factor theorem, gx will be a factor of px if p of minus 3 equal to 0 and p of 2 equal to 0. Calculate p of minus 3. Just put the value x equal to minus 3 and calculate, it is 0. Again, calculate p2, putting x equal to 2 in px, you will get that is also 0. Therefore, we see that px is exactly divisible by x plus 3 and x minus 2. Therefore, it is divisible by product of these two numbers, that is x square plus x minus 6. Hence proved. This is also very important. Find the value of a and b so that 2x cube plus x square plus x plus b has x plus 2 and 2x minus 1 as factor. Same type of problem. This is divisible by x plus 2. So x plus 2 equal to 0 will imply x equal to minus 2 and this is also divisible by 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1 equal to 0 implies x equal to half. So you have to consider this polynomial to be px and then you have to find out the value of a and b by equating the denominators with 0. Now x plus 2 and 2x minus 1 will be a factor of px if p of minus 2 equal to 0 and p of half equal to 0. Calculate p of minus 2. It will be in terms of a and b, that is first equation. 4a plus b equal to 18. Again p of half equal to 0. From there you will get another equation, a plus 4b equal to minus 3. Simplify equation, solve equation 1 and 2 and you will get a equal to 5, b equal to minus 2. For solving of equation 1 and equation 2, you can take help of substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method, any method. This is another very important example. This type of questions are also in exercise. what must be added to this polynomial to obtain a polynomial which is exactly divisible by x minus 3. Solution: when the given polynomial is divided by a linear polynomial, then the remainder is constant. Okay, let the required number to be k. We have considered that we have to add k with this polynomial so that the polynomial will be divisible by x minus 3. So let px equal to this polynomial plus k and gx equal to x minus 3. Now using factor theorem, put gx equal to 0, x equal to 3. By factor theorem, px will be divisible by x minus 3 if p of 3 equal to 0. P of 3 equal to 0 implies put x equal to 3 and the whole equation equal to 0. So it will be 27 minus 27 plus 12 minus 15 plus k equal to 0. That implies k equal to 3. Hence the required number which you have to add with the given polynomial is 3. So thank you everyone. Here we complete our polynomial chapter. Next we will start the next chapter, factorizations of polynomials. Thank you. And your homework is you have to complete the remaining exercise of this polynomial chapter. Your homework is you have to complete the remaining exercise of this polynomial chapter. Next day we will start polynomial factorizations. Thank you.